In regards to the relationships between people and space, I mainly focus on their living area, which is getting old and becoming more attractive, with the change of air, the sunlight, and other things in the natural environment. What I hope for with the space I design is that people can find their inner peace and happiness.
Jubin graduated from the Central Academy of Fine Arts in 2001 and then went to ShenZhen to launch his designer career as a space designer. This was just over 10 years ago, at the turn of the century when China's economy began to boom, as seen especially by the rapid development of the real estate and hotel service industries. These industries developed so quickly in such a newborn city, ShenZhen, space designing was just taking off, and there was a shortage of space designers in China. Jubin found himself in a very fortunate position. He took many opportunities and became the first Chinese space designer to work with the international famous hotel chain Alia. At that point, Jubin said he had been designing for more than 10 years, but it was that special assignment which he felt pushed him into the real design world.
In the beginning, it was easy for me to be moved by human designs. I'd be fascinated by the ingenuity when I saw a church or a temple. Recently, I like to observe people and admire nature. I enjoy sitting by the street and watching people pass by. I'll think about the reasons why people feel happy. It must have something to do with the physical environment around them. For example, the size of the city. If it takes more than 1 minute for a person to cross the street, they will feel very small. If they walk into a small room, they may feel part of the room and maybe feel differently. When checking out nature, it speaks to me, even though nature doesn't speak a word.
Jubin often thinks about the type of space which will make people happy. He prefers simple and plain designs because he thinks this style is more conducive to happiness. The simple and plain designs he puts together come from his veneration and respect for nature. He often relies on aspects of nature for inspiration: the shape of a tree, a piece of a lotus leaf, a winding mountain. In 2008, he incorporated nature into his design for the Meilun Hotel.
I said to my team that there were many aspects that are very important when designing. The first was relations with the land you build upon. Second was the relationships with the culture you build within. And the third is the relationships with the architecture you plan. Meilun Hotel is another type of mountain house. It's a cottage leaning on a mountainside, but also in the city. There are also types of hotels in the city, so I call it the Mountain City Household.
ShenZhen is located in southern China and has a subtropical climate with many monsoons, so it is surrounded by many dense forests of the tropics. The area which Meilun Hotel is located in is a particularly dense part, and almost every street is covered with trees. The hotel itself is located along the hillside, surrounded by a landscape which is largely unchanged. Following suit with his design, Jubin filled the space in the hotel with wooden objects that would complement the surroundings.
If you want to give a space life, you need to use materials that are alive. One of my principles in choosing materials is that the material should be able to breathe and live. Wood itself has a close connection with nature. I mean, it's part of nature.
Ordinary building materials like wood, stone, brick, and mud make up his extraordinary design. The building and the space are both extremely memorable, as well as the surrounding area and the feelings it inspires. Jubin adheres to the invisible school of design, in which the design matches well with the surroundings and doesn't overwhelm the scene. This is how Chinese aesthetics work.
Chinese aesthetics focus on the intangible personality, like the blank space in Chinese landscape paintings, which is a reflection of qi. This derives from the endless admiration of the ancient Chinese. They felt humans were minute in the face of nature.
Ziran, a Chinese character which means nature in English, also means source of the cosmos. Ziran basically implies that everything is as it was created, with nothing added or removed. Jubin agrees, arguing that the perfect design can't be added or removed from its original context, and that design should follow the rules of nature and express them naturally. Only this way will people be able to move and feel freely under an otherwise enclosed space.